Look at outbound. That's rush hour traffic on the outbound. Inbound's pretty good right now. We're gonna be hitting the Batman tunnel. Oh man, look at going outbound. That's horrible. In the morning, traffic's bad on the inbound. In the afternoon, traffic's bad on the outbound, generally in Chicago. Inbound downtown, bad in the morning. Any of the highways in Chicago. This is 9094. Outbound, anywhere, all the highways, generally bad. Except on the south side of downtown. That's not really always bad. Charging. Oh man, I don't know where the fuck I'm going. Fucking GPS, fucking dead ass battery 24/7. Bro, what the fuck? That's why my spare battery pack ain't charging it. My battery's completely dead. Come on, man. There's gotta be a charger that works that fast. Here's the quick charger. That got me nowhere fast. Wish my shit would just get finished though. I need Mappy. Battery and hurry but fucking charge. map. We'll be right back. That's why I hate driving during this time. Or I just wait like an hour till the traffic dies down, but I can't. Trying to go do that real quick. Huh? You wanna go eat coffee tonight? Just come to the house. Your house. Or I could go in my van down by the river. What? You don't want to go to the van down by the river? Alright, I come when you're get close. No, what did they tell you? What happened? What can you just tell me? Oh, there's supposed to be a text message. My fucking shit just died. This fucking bullshit ass charger, man. Why is my fucking battery dying so fast? It's fucking driving me nuts. I gotta change this battery out. It's dying way too fast. Get a square, G. Square? I don't got cigarettes like that. This guy's acting. I don't got extra ones. Sure, yeah. You know that. Oh shit, I had it muted the whole time? God damn it.
And you can't go through the wall.
That was ruined. I don't know how long it's been muted for, but
these guys know that
no one will probably make it this far into the video, so
sometimes you're not going to go through it.
that was a dud.
So
I don't even know how long I was muted for.
I think in financial markets, because they changed. Look how much it changed today. We went from...
Yeah. That's what I was telling everyone the day yesterday and the day before. Buy your stocks.
To... I guess they say it was the biggest day in financial history. That's a pretty big change.
Yeah, that is.
I think the word would be flexible. You have to be flexible. Like he's asking the question about some companies.
Gotta be a boss like President Trump. Wonderful.
No fault of doing that.
Why'd you retract your message? What did you say?
Is more affected by
Thank you for telling me I was muted.
You have to be able to show a little flexibility. And I'm able to do that. I'm going to say hello to these champions because
Trump's a champion.
Would you like to ask?
Big potholes.
Any of these champions?
Oh, I hope I don't get flat. Oh, shit. Some little potholes right there. I couldn't get over because of that guy.
Just a few hours later, there was a pause put in on the tariffs. Can you walk us through?
And that's why, man, you would have made a lot of money buying those stocks when they were down the day prior to you putting that pause on it. I don't think anyone see. That's why Trump's the art of the deal. He knew what he was doing. He was crashing the market on purpose, and then he knew what he had to do to uncrash it was put the pause on the tariffs. And then look, if you bought stocks like yesterday or the day before when I was telling everyone to buy stocks, you would have made a lot of fucking money, man. Now you gotta wait 90 days till they tariffs again. But now we know how he's gonna work on this next tariffs thing.
Others also, but somebody had to do it. They had to stop.
So Trump's the guy who wrote the book, The Art of the Deal.
$1 trillion of trade with the United States. That's not right. And now I've reversed it.
It's not right. He's right.
Time, but we made $2 billion. We're making now $2 billion a day.
Hey TikTok, it's Alan Walker, and if you want to
fuck you, I ain't running over your fat ass. And Robert Kennedy's gonna make you all eat healthy again, all you fat people. Unless you got a disease like that makes you be fat and there's nothing you could do about it, that's different. But if you have it in the power of your body to be able to change being a fat ass, Trump's gonna make you all eat healthy again too. I mean, Bobby Kennedy is gonna have you all eating healthy, and he's gonna get rid of red dye number 3, which is very, very bad for you. Red dye number 3 is in hot Cheetos a lot too.
And President Xi's a proud man. I know him very well, and they don't know quite how to go about it, but they'll figure it out. They're in the process of figuring it out, but they want to make a deal. And we have many other countries, as you know, many more than 75, and they all want to come here, or they'll go to Congress, or they'll go to Treasury. We have our great senators here and congressmen. They'll call John.
Why is this playing so quiet?
They'll go through somebody, but they're all calling. How do we do this? They all want to make a deal. Somebody had to do what we did, and I did a 90-day pause for the people that didn't retaliate.
That means in 90 days, y'all, you got to start buying them stocks again.
And that's what I did with China, because they did retaliate.
Fuck China. So we're going to show China who's boss.
Amazing. I think that our country is going to be...
And we're going to get a lot more made in America.
Shorter, but I think we're going to have something that
thankfully
nobody would dream possible.
Air potholes. Oh my God, why can they keep spending all this money on the fucking immigrants, but they can't fix these goddamn motherfucking roads?
And you have to do what you have to do, right, Roger?
It's a nice big old house. Oh my God, the street is horrible. Oh my God, this curb-to-curb fucking traitors, like fucking a strike happened there. Oh my God, that was horrible. Oh God, there was no avoiding it.
What do you think about the Prime Minister's comments, and do you think
streets are brutal, man? You could spend $30 million and more on fucking immigrants, but he can't fix these fucking potholes. Brandon Johnson, you're a piece of shit mayor.
A deal's going to be made with every one of them, and there'll be fair deals. I just want there will be fair deals for everybody, but they weren't fair to the United States. They were sucking us dry.
Yeah, they were sleek. They were fucking
we have
bleeding us dry.
$36 trillion of debt for a reason. We don't have a debt for fun. They have it for a reason. And people took advantage of our country, and they ripped us off for
they raped us.
I've been thinking about this for decades. If you ever saw me on television, I was young like this guy.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I saw you on television, President Trump. Will Smith's show.
and I was talking about it. Nothing.
Oh,
nothing
giant crater.
changed,
Oh,
and
I
nothing
didn't
was done
dodge
about
that.
it. In my first term, I did it. And did it
I swear, the
well.
streets in Iraq are better than this road.
I've
I've never been to Iraq. I don't know. I'm just
And I
making a
started
joke.
the process, but then we had to fix up from the COVID mess caused by China. We
Yeah.
had to fix up from that, and we did a good job of doing it. And
The China
when
virus.
we handed back the reins after a rigged election. and when
How
we
many of
handed
y'all
back
got that
the
COVID
reins,
shot? I
the
did.
stock market was
Comment,
higher
did
than
you
it
get that
was
COVID shot?
before COVID coming in? So, you know, we did a great job, but we didn't have time to do the big thing, which we're doing now. And it's, you know, it's like the patient is sick, you have to do surgery. The patient is very, very sick.
And Donald Trump's doing very good surgery on America. He's making America great again, just like the hat says.
Very serious trouble, economically and in every other way. They let China run away with things. They let other countries
They
run
take
away
our,
with things.
China's been taking
And
our
maybe
lunch,
worst of
like the
all,
bully in
second
the
wave,
lunch
what They
room.
did at the border. We had
Literally.
people pouring into our country by the millions.
And I saw it
Many
for
of
my
them
own
were
eyes. I got the
murderers
proof
and
on my
drug
video,
lords
my
and
YouTube.
thieves
I
and
got the
people
proof
from
of the
prisons
millions
from
and
all over the
millions of
world.
people coming in.
And there were people from mental institutions, insane asylums. They were taking them mentally insane, and they were dumping them into our country. And I'll tell you, Tom Holman and Christy Nome are doing a fantastic job.
Good job, Tom
in,
Holman.
removing them. And now the courts, the Supreme Court just gave us numerous good rulings.
But we shouldn't have to take care of them. We shouldn't have to put these mentally insane people that other countries send here. We shouldn't be having to take care of them with our tax money. They should.
The Venezuela jails.
We should deport them and let some other country worry about it or their country of
They
origin.
cut off his fingers because he called the police looking for help. They said, "Did you call the police?" He said, "Yes, I did." Put your hand down, and they cut off the fingers. This is what they want to bring these people back now. And I want to thank the president of El Salvador for the job he's done, because that has to be done. Yeah, please.
Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, they've been talking about tariffs for decades. How come when these Democrat elites want tariffs, everything's hunky-dory, but when President Trump wants tariffs, all hell breaks loose?
For real, did you hear that?
This guy, whoever the hell that is. That's really nice. I appreciate that question. No, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, everybody knew you had to do it, but they never had the guts to do it. It does take guts. It even takes guts for our country to go through it. That's why I say be cool. They were saying about, see, just be cool. It's going to work out. It's going to work out, and it's working out. I can tell you, working out maybe faster than I thought. But I said it's going to take conditioning. It's a transition. It's really, I think it's a transition to greatness. It's going to be great. Our
Supercharger.
country's going to be, there'll be nothing like it. And people investing in our country, they're going to
America will be fucking strong again and great again, finally. Thank you, President Trump. You're doing an amazing job.
And they're coming in because of the election, but they're coming in because of the tariffs. Because they don't want to pay 25 or 50 or whatever it may be. They don't want to pay that.
When are you gonna invite? Hey Trump, if you ever come across my little puny YouTube channel, I would love an invitation to come to the White House, please, to meet you and talk with you. I got a lot of good ideas I would like to tell you about.
And that's just cars. We have chip makers come. We're the biggest chip maker in the world from Taiwan, coming in, spending $3 billion to build plants, and mostly a big plant. This is a hell of a plant. When you spend the kind of money that they're going to go $200 to $300 billion, not million. You know, you'd say million would be the right number. It's not.
Oh, wait, I need my map. Hold on one second.
Just keep building them in China, and that's unsustainable. It's not a
Yeah, it is
pleasant thing to do.
unsustainable.
But I appreciate the question. And, you know, interestingly, Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi,
Crazy Nancy.
They've wanted to do this for years, but they never had a president with the guts to do it. Because it does take guts, believe me.
This pothole's hurt, man.
So
So big, I bounced out of my seat and hit my head, but they can keep paying for these fucking immigrants.
I
Disgusting.
was watching it, but if you look at it,
Hang it and teach the mayor of Chicago.
beautiful. The bond market right now is beautiful. But yeah, I saw last night where people were getting a little queasy. I think everything had.
But if you bought stocks when they were down and how they shot up after he stopped the tariffs, you would have made a lot of fucking money. Say you invested like $1,000, $3,000 in 3 different stocks, just to be on the safe side. Let's say a couple of them only made a little bit, but one out of those 3, you might have just turned that $1,000 into fucking $5,000 overnight.
We had great help.
Man, in 90 days when he does these hardcore tariffs again, I'm definitely gonna buy some stocks. I'm gonna put like 500 in like 4 different fucking stocks.
Has done an amazing job.
I'm gonna do American companies too. I'm thinking like investing in a lumber company. I saw a badass video. They're turning on the old machines that used to make wood and cut wood for houses, and it was a big factory with like 1950s equipment in it, but it's still all good, and they were using it, turning it back on, and they were putting the lumber in there. Very beautiful video. I wish I could show it on here, but I don't know what I did with it. I saved it, but I don't remember where.
But we're doing well. But
when I find it, I'll show it on here.
John Thune have done a really great job.
Mr. President, what influenced your decision? Did you speak with anyone? You know, just Jamie Dimon? Did you speak with anyone?
Well, I watched Jamie Dimon on Maria Bartiromo show this morning, and he was very good. He said that actually made the statement to the effect that something had to be done with the tariffs and trade. He said that. He said, at some point, but he said something has to be done with tariffs and trade. He understood it. He's very smart and very genius financially. He's done a fantastic job at the bank. And he knows that. Everybody knows that. Anybody that's even a little bit smart knows it. It wasn't sustainable what was happening. Somebody had to pull the trigger.
Yeah, I'm right.
They should have been done long ago.
Should have never started.
Should have stopped the border long ago. I mean, allowed 21 million people plus into our country, many of whom should never have been allowed out of prisons and jails. They came out of prisons and jails from all over the world, and now we're getting them out.
Mama, they did.
To their countries, but it's
if their country don't want them back, they're going to Seacock
Yeah, go ahead.
in El Salvador. That's fucked up when the when Venezuela let them people out of prisons and said you can't come back. We're gonna let you out of prison on one condition: you can't come back to Venezuela. And then when Trump said, "Hey man, you don't take them peoples back, we're gonna fuck with you," they said, "All right, we'll take them back." And then they redirected that plane. All them Venezuelans like, "Yeah, we're going back to Venezuela," and then they end up in Seacock. Wait, what's this place? This is a fortress. I've never even heard about this place. What the fuck is this? Why are y'all cutting my hair off? Why am I walking fucking bent over? Fucking, then they do that on purpose. They make the change so short to the ankle so that way like you can't attempt to like run away.
Nothing changed and nothing was done about it. Then I did it in my first term. I did it and did it well. We took in hundreds of billions.
I wonder
of
whose fault
dollars
that would be if that CTA bus, if I just kept in my lane and he hit me from the side. I think that'd be his fault.
By China.
If his left front corner of his drivers hit my left front door, I think that'd be that fucking bus driver's fault. I ain't got time for all that right now. I agree about red dye. Well, I'm glad you do. Yeah, red dye number. We got a lot of food. Hey, wonderful. We got a lot of foods in America that in other countries, some of the ingredients they put in these food aren't even legal because they're that bad for you. Besides red dye number 3, but they're equally as bad as red dye number 3.
Very serious trouble, economically and in every other way.
Like there's a lot of chemicals where if you got that exact same, like let's say a box of fucking, I don't know, macaroni and cheese or a box of cereal, there'll be so many chemicals that are not in other countries of that exact same main brand, exact same manufacturer of cereal in another country won't have half the ingredients that an American company has in it. Because the American company's ones has got a bunch of shit that's really, really fucking bad. And they don't got high fluke like a pop, for instance. If you get pop in certain countries, it don't have that fucking what is it called? The fake sugar shit. Whatever the fake sugar shit's called. In other countries they just got real sugar in it. Not fructose corn syrup or whatever they call it as sugar. Fructose corn syrup. That's not in other countries because that's horrible for you. That fake ass sugar shit, it's not natural. And that's Bobby Kennedy. You Republicans should love Bobby Kennedy.
No,
And you all need to start turning around and fucking giving Trump some love too, because he doesn't got to go through all this. He didn't have to go through all that he went through. He's doing it to help people that are poor like me and my other poor viewers.
For decades.
I'm sure I don't got any rich people watching my channel.
Everything's hunky-dory, but when President Trump wants tariffs, all hell breaks loose.
For real. I think this is playing on a loop, but that was a good point. When other people wanted tariffs, oh yeah, that's fine. But when Trump wanted, he's evil.
But they never had the guts to do it. It does take
Alright,
guts.
I'm gonna play something
It even
else.
takes guts for our country to go through it. That's why I say be cool. There was
4 hours ago, the press secretary talked. Let's see what she had to say.
Second straight month in a row. This marked the first drop in consumer prices dating COVID.
This guy, this GMC don't want to let me over. Thank you. I didn't know if you were gonna stop. Radio's playing so quiet. Man, these fucking streets are horrid, man. This is like driving through a fucking minefield. Or worse. Oh, here's the sound settings to make it louder. Right? Yeah, here we go. I should have been doing. I couldn't get up there that far. Now it should be louder. Yeah, it's way louder now. Now you guys will be able to hear it. Every once in a blue moon, this setting undoes itself for some odd reason. Well, the intersection wasn't even clear yet, and you're honking. Trying to find something good for y'all to listen to. Huh, this is interesting.
Alarming claims. The Biden administration accused of covering up a congressionally mandated report on the earliest suspected American COVID cases. The Washington Free Beacon says the report reveals 7 Americans may have contracted COVID-19 in Wuhan in October 2019. Free Beacon journalist behind the bombshell report is Andrew Kerr, and he is with us now. This is one of the things that you say, call for number 1 here, that the revelation adds to a mounting body of evidence that the virus was circulating in Wuhan for months before China disclosed it to the world in December of 2019, and further bolsters the growing consensus that it could have leaked into the human population from a Chinese lab. I think a lot of people might be able to understand that. The more interesting thing could be for our audience, who asked for the report and who didn't basically release the report more widely?
Joe Biden.
Right. So this report showing that we had a military delegation that competed in the World Military Games in Wuhan in October of 2019, and 7 of those members came down with COVID-19-like symptoms, according to this report. Now, it should have been released to the public way back in 2022. Congress required the Biden administration through the 2022 National Defense Authorization Act to do this report into potential COVID links to these military games in Wuhan in October 2019. And the Biden administration just didn't release it to the public. The Trump administration, sometime in late March, quietly released it. And here we are now. So it's bombshell information. It just adds to a growing list of evidence reported by the Wall Street Journal and others that COVID was likely circulating in Wuhan months before the known start of the pandemic in December 2019, and it's just another blow against the initial theory that was propagated by the scientific community that this thing could have leaked into the population, through some wet market. But no, now it's just another piece of evidence that it indicates that no, the bat coronavirus research lab, the Wuhan Institute of Virology, that just so happened to be a few miles away from these games where these service members got sick, more likely that is the cause of this virus.
Let me take you in the Wayback Machine to June of 2021, and Josh Rogan did an investigation, and he wrote this. Pentagon spokesperson John Kirby told me that the Defense Department has no knowledge of COVID-19 infection among U.S. troops participating in the 2019 World Military Games. He said that there's no evidence U.S. military personnel were infected before travel
U.S. tariffs hits China hard. So.
I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Thank you, President Donald J. Trump, for securing our border and putting America first.
Yeah, thank
now,
you,
President Trump has
That's
a clear
what's up.
message. If you are here illegally, we will find you and we will deport you. You will never return. But if you leave now, you may have an opportunity to return and enjoy our freedom and live the American dream. America welcomes those who respect our laws because a strong nation is a safe nation.
我上个月不是接了一批铜的订单吗？
Last month, I took an order for a batch of copper parts. I've already bought all the materials. It cost tens of thousands. And everything has been cut, ground, washed, and engraved. It's not finished yet, but today the customer messaged me and said the delivery might be delayed. After customs clearance, the taxes have gone up too much. A TikToker who works as a bulk trade supplier shared in his video the huge pressure he's under after the sudden increase in U.S. tariffs.
订单量5000多万美金，今年我们订单已经排到了26年的5月份。
Our orders are worth over 50 million US dollars. This year, we're already booked through May 2026. But with this 30% tariff hike, the impact on us is huge.
Good. Sounds like
If you're a small startup, it's not such a big deal because you don't ship enough to fill an entire container. But for us, it hits hard. Our profit margins in bulk trading are already razor thin. Now with a 34% tariff, it's like
not our problem. I guess you guys should have been. I guess China should have been fucking America with tariffs for fucking years now. It's your own fault. Finally, we got a president with some balls to fucking show you Chinese having ass people. Thank God for Trump.
knocked to the ground.
He said the only thing he can do for now is wait. His backup plan is to ship through third-party warehouses in other countries. That's the only way forward. On April 7th, the owner of a clothing...
How about the only way forward is start getting made in America again, and we quit giving all of our money to the Chinese to make the shit there and giving someone in their country a job, even if it's a low-paying job? Fuck them. Let's give our Americans more jobs and more opportunities.
Posted a video saying the entire foreign trade apparel industry in China is filled with anxiety.
Everyone doing foreign trade now is nervous. A 50% tariff is just scary.
Good.
Who's going to place orders under these conditions?
Ain't nobody. That's why we're gonna start getting made in America again, bitch. So we're gonna start getting made in America, you fucking Chinese jagoff.
Sure, some clothing businesses are still busy, but it's hard to make money anymore. US orders only make up part of our business, but there are so many clothing factories in China. If we all turn to Europe and there's no US orders, then think about it. Won't competition at home become even worse? Domestic sales are also weak this year. People just don't have money to spend. So how can this market possibly improve?
On April 2nd, U.S. President Donald Trump announced a new round of global-based tariffs, raising rates on dozens of countries. At the time of the announcement, the actual tariff rate for China stood at 4%.
在现行适用关税税率基础上加征34%关税。
In response, the Chinese Communist Party announced on April 4th that it would impose a matching 34% tariff on all goods imported from the U.S. Trump then warned that he may raise tariffs on China by another 50%. The CCP responded by saying it's ready to fight to the end. While the Chinese government is showing a tough stance, many businesses in China are already feeling the pain. On April 7th, a TikToker filmed a clothing factory that had shut down and said the clothing industry is in serious trouble. All the machines in his factory are about to stop. He said here is going to be incredibly tough. That same day, another TikToker posted a similar scene, workers moving goods around inside a clothing factory. He wrote that as soon as the U.S. swung its tariff hammer, the impact finally hit the apparel industry. His factory originally had orders scheduled through the end of July, but now over 6,000 down jackets have been put on hold, and their ready-to-ship products are piling up in the warehouse. He said both offline and online sales are struggling this year. Even live stream selling isn't working anymore. With sluggish consumer demand and weak domestic sales, the foreign trade slowdown is pushing more exporters into the domestic market.
Yeah, you mean America's market where they're making shit here again.
The apparel industry is like a pressure cooker that could blow at any moment. This isn't just panic. It's worse than during the pandemic. Many clothing business owners may lose everything they've built over a lifetime.
People seeing anybody seeing potential war with China.
Another TikToker showed the current situation at his factory. Because of the tariff hike, orders have been delayed or canceled. Now his packaging and printing factory doesn't even have boxes to make. All he can do now is clean the factory. A TikToker shared a video saying that after the U.S. increased tariffs, the impact on China's foreign trade is obvious. He mentioned that when he flies, there are hardly any Westerners on the plane, mostly people from Africa. Also, when entering the U.S., Chinese people face especially strict security checks.
I'm at Guangzhou Baiyun Airport right now, and the flight is about to take off. This tariff increase is really affecting China. If you look around, you can see there are almost no white faces here, mostly African brothers. This shows how tough the foreign trade situation is right now. When I went through customs, they saw my yellow skin and Chinese passport and gave me a hard time. They asked about every little detail, why I'm here, who I'm visiting, where I'm staying, how long I'll be, and what business I'm doing. Traveling abroad is already hard, and now people like me in foreign trade have to face Trump's 54% tariff hike and random checks.
On April 6th, a female owner of a laser cutting factory, Liu Ting, posted a video saying that manufacturing in China is going to get even harder, and she plans to sell off her 30,000 watt equipment.
是的，你们没有听错，我可能要把去年4月份买的大幅的激光要准备出掉了。
Yes, you heard me right. I might have to sell the laser equipment I bought last April. I don't need to explain. You can probably guess why. The economic environment is bad, and the trade war has already started. Soon, all manufacturing businesses, especially small ones, will face bankruptcy. This is not an exaggeration. It's the reality. She also said that starting this month, all manufacturing businesses in China will face an unprecedented winter. More and more companies will go bankrupt, lay off workers, and downsize. Many manufacturing owners will end up with insufficient funds and will not survive. Cases in banks, law firms, and courts will pile up. The TikToker estimates that all
Through HIMS, hundreds of thousands of guys are finding doctor-trusted treatment for their ED. In fact, we'll show you one. This is him.
I'm him.
Today, he really feels like him.
I'm him.
But he didn't always.
Am I even him?
So we went to HIMS.com and got ED treatment prescribed 100% online and delivered right to his door. Now, every day, he feels like him.
I'm him.
Find trusted treatment for ED and start feeling like him.
I'm him.
Get started today at HIMS.com.
I'm so close.
Confidence is not a mindset, it's an achievement. In the GMC Sierra HD AT4X, get 5.9% APR on GMC Sierra heavy-duty models. That's over $4,000 in average finance savings.
Manufacturing business owners are currently in an anxious, confused, and helpless state. Particularly for factories that relied on foreign trade orders, the shrinking foreign demand and declining domestic demand are making it difficult. Many small business owners can't sleep because of worries and fear. They're afraid all the years of hard work will go to waste. They fear they won't be able to pay employee wages or cover rent and utilities. The TikToker revealed that with electricity
Sounds like China's problem, not America.
costs for her equipment already reaching her limit, she has decided to sell her 30,000 watt laser equipment. On April 8th, a TikToker from Zhejiang shared a video saying that she suddenly realized,
God damn, these Chinese have been fucking milking off us like a fucking motherfucker. Man, they look like they're living the easy lifestyle that people that own these machines that they gotta sell now. Man, that's how us Americans should be living. We should be able to buy a machine like that and live the easy life. But we can't because of Bill Clinton's bitch-ass free trade agreement fucking this country up.
U.S. tariff increase has also severely impacted,
which caused Bill Clinton's free trade agreement, which caused all these tariffs to get put in place and let us get our fucking bullied in the lunchroom by the bully taking our food off our tray, fucking because of Bill Clinton's free trade agreement. He's the one that created the bully to fucking steal our lunch.
exporting manufacturers.
浙江这边的茶，这个关税加上去之后。
How big of an impact has the tariff increase had on local factories in Zhejiang? I run a small factory and don't deal with foreign trade, so I'm not sure how much it would affect.
I don't give a fuck what it did to their country there. I give a fuck about America. How about we're gonna get that, bitch, we're gonna build that same factory here and make it in America again. You're fucked, China.
But I've noticed that my upstream suppliers who export raw materials haven't received any orders for a long time. Not even one container has shipped out. When they can't get orders, they try to switch to domestic sales. Now people at their factories are still working non-stop, running around to try to make domestic sales. So when they get involved in the domestic market, doesn't that just drag the domestic factories into it too? Everyone's getting caught in the spiral. And in the end, we'll all collapse together. The impact is really huge, and some people probably haven't realized it yet. Whether it's the impact on their foreign trade or on our factories that don't deal with foreign trade, it's all very significant. On April 7th, a TikToker from Foshan visited a newly built factory district and recorded footage of the vacant and neglected factory buildings.
He said, "Look at these factories that were just built last year. Now I can't even find a single person. There are no cars or people on the road. Some of these factories are single-story and others have multiple floors. The landlords spent nearly $1 billion to build these. Just a few years ago, these beautiful buildings were all leased out by middlemen. You had to wait in line to rent the factory space. But now, there isn't a single customer coming to view the space.
Because we're making America great again, and we're undoing Bill Clinton's free trade agreement, which created that.
Afraid of spending money if no one rents them. With the manufacturing industry in decline, every industry is struggling.
Our manufacturing
He
industry in
recalled
America
that some
will be
Chinese
great
companies
again.
moved to Southeast Asia to avoid the U.S.-China trade war a few years ago. Now, this new wave of tariffs is a heavy blow to those companies because some countries have even higher tariffs than China. He questioned where these companies should go next, stay in Southeast Asia, move back to China, or shift to Africa. On April 7th, Ms. Gong, a manager of a Bluetooth headphone export company in Guangzhou, told Radio Free Asia that most companies in Guangdong that used to trade with the U.S. have stopped accepting orders due to tariff barriers. She said, "I had dinner with people from the industry yesterday, and they told me that they used to export products from Vietnam to the U.S. Now most of those orders have stopped. They're not taking new orders. They're just waiting to see how serious the situation will get. Right now, we know that foreign trade companies in Guangzhou and Guangdong are temporarily not accepting orders." Ms. Gong also mentioned that a Hong Kong company near her recently moved its factory to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, and is currently hiring Vietnamese locals.
Subscribe, share, hit thumbs
However,
up, yo.
the sudden increase
We're
in
making
US
America
tariffs has
great
put the
again.
factory in a
Thanks for
difficult
watching.
position. She said they just built the factory in Vietnam, and now they're about to start operating.